Me again. Me again. Me again.
Yeah, we were talking to Larry Foote. Apparently you've become a pretty good poker player because nobody can figure out until it's time, and you have to make that decision. So take us through the process. Like what goes into that? Obviously there's a financial component, but what goes into that to you? What motivates you after going into, 14 years or whatever?
Just the first thing, man, just when I'm home, I just try to unwind and relax, you know what I'm saying? See if I get my mind off football and just focus on, the responsibilities and things that I got to take care of, outside of football. And, after that, I just try to figure out, once I got all that in line, what's next? What's next, what I want to do, what's the steps I got to take to, keep, being, living a structured life, taking care of responsibilities that I got to take care of. And, obviously, it's my love for the game is still there. Do I still love playing the game of football? Can I still uphold the, standard that I made for myself when I play the game? And, this year, it took, longer than usual, just because, unfortunately, at the end of the game, this playoff game, I was injured, so I had to make sure I healed from that. And then how serious it was and see how I go from there. And then just, spending time with family, getting people's opinions, picking everybody's brain and things like that. And then, having people, by my side who, still believe in me and still believe in my ability. Obviously, teammates, people who, I built relationships, throughout playing this game. And then, getting a little encouragement and motivation from them and stuff like that. So, that kind of ultimately led to me making that decision. And just, for me, to get going, man, I like to have a foundation in place, so I need to, make a decision on what I want to do to be able to move forward and, get myself together and go on. And then, I just got that extra bump saying, I still love the game, I still have the ability to play, I still trust myself, I still believe in myself. And, why not? Why not, give it another shot? And obviously, the staff, Jason and those guys, they wanted me back. That's one of the main things. They wanted me back. It wasn't like, letting me do whatever, but all they did was just, gave me a little time to, make a decision. But they knew, they said, we have a contract here ready for whenever you're ready. So that made it easier for me.
If the Bucs, Lavonte, if the Bucs were coming off 6-11 instead of 10-7 in a playoff game, could your decision be a little different?
I don't think so. I don't think it's, around this time, it's a team game, what I'm saying? I always believe in the people that we have in the locker room. And then at the same time, I kind of think about, can I contribute more into that? What I'm saying? Even though if we came off a 6-11 year, maybe I feel like, okay, I could be better at this pace, and I'm at that 6-11 could turn around to a better record. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, think about that part. If I did think about that, I probably been gone a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So I just thinking about just me personally, just my ability and seeing, what I can do. Luckily we didn't come off of 6-11, and luckily we have, some great football players in this locker room, and that also added to my decision. Having these guys, and then seeing Chris come back was great to see, was amazing to see. And then adding people, just being in the locker room one more time, just to see, what those guys, bring to the table, just make me, motivate even more.
You're playing a position that not many people play at a high level at your age. And it seemed like last year physically, I know you got rolled up in the playoff game.
Yeah.
It seemed like physically you had a good year. What do you think you've done? What are the things you've changed to keep your body right and to stay healthy as long as you have?
I think the main thing for me is just taking care of things, taking care of things while it's a little problem before making it a big problem. Just every time I feel any nicks or bumps, any small little thing, I just try to get on top of it real fast so it don't become a big problem. And just getting my conditioning level where it need to be, and just taking care of my body, right away. Eating right, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, being disciplined in those aspects. I just feel like, the off-the-field life, when you're disciplined, it takes over from the on-the-field life.
Lavonte, if you stay healthy and do what you do, over 100-something tackles, you'll likely pass Derek Brooks for the club's all-time leading tackler. You walked into the building, Derek Brooks was Derek Brooks, right? What would that mean to you to put your name on a list like that? I don't think that's your motivation entirely, but it's there, right?
It's there. I mean, it was in the back. I mean, you know, all the stats come in and out. There's so many stats out there, you know. But I did kind of know about that one. But I mean, it wasn't a big focus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm not competing with Derek Brooks. You know, Derek Brooks is still light years ahead of where I want to be. But I, you know, go back to what you said, man. It'd be an incredible accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? To be, you know, the leader for a franchise. You know, in tackles. You know, that's something every kid, you know, dream of. You know, and, especially a kid in my position. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I would be signing a contract to play my 14th season with the same organization. You know, so. It's incredible, man. It's very humbling. It's very amazing. You know, it'd be great to do that, but at the same time, you know, I'm just blessed to be able to play this game. You know, DB is Mr. Franchise. You know, everybody want to be, you know, model what they do after Derrick Brooks on the field and off the field. So for me to be mentioned in the same breath is always, you know, incredible for me.
Is the injury a thing in the past, or is that just ongoing rehab for you?
Oh, it's in the past, man. I'm here. I was assigned, so it's definitely in the past. You know, I'm all well. I'm all good. You know, no complaints, and you know, I'm gonna keep on moving forward to bring my best this season.
And how hard was the loss for you? How hard did you take this playoff loss versus others?
It was tough, man. It was real hard. You know, because I felt like. Obviously, I felt like we had the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl this past season. You know, I feel like we had the guys. I feel like we had the right pieces in place. I feel like we was motivated, but just things didn't just go our way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that, you know, we could have done better. And I feel like once you learn from those things, you get seasoned, and you feel like you can take it to the next step. And for us to, you know, be motivated the way we were, you know, around that time. I feel like we even more motivated now. You know, just having those guys, like I said, man, having the same amount of guys in the locker room that we played with last year, they know what it takes now, and I feel like we can get over that next step.
Lavonte, with your return, Sebastian Dennis coming back next year, and the team signing Anthony Walker, what's your level of optimism that the inside linebacker position will be more improved? I
think it'll be great, man. You know, obviously, you know, Voss, you know, hopefully being healthy all season. You know what he can bring to the table. And then Anthony Walker, a great friend of mine, and it was great to see that he's signing with us. And I know what he brings to the table. I know the type of work ethic, you know, personally that what he puts in, and his cerebral, you know, part of the game, how smart he is. So I know, you know, he could be able to make plays for us. So it's going to be a very, you know, competitive inside linebacker room, and you know, I'm ready for it, and I'm excited for our position group.
And how excited are you for Mike Caldwell coming back?
Oh, very excited, man. Mike, man, my guy. I won a Super Bowl with Mike, man. Mike even made the decision even more easier. You know, him coming back and being our inside linebackers coach, that was dope. You know, and then you know, obviously, you know, had a great relationship with Larry Foote, man. It's gonna be, you know, different, whatever, but you know, still have that relationship with Foote, so I can still, you know, piggyback on, you know, Foote, you know, get some lessons from him. But having Mike back is a real cool, man. It ain't like a new coach coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who we comfortable with, and somebody who we knows, and somebody who knows the game.
You've been in the league for quite a long time, and the game's evolved considerably since you first entered. And playing with the IQ that you do and seeing so many things, how do you think the game has evolved most from when you entered the league and when you got here, maybe the linebacker position as well that you play?
Yeah, man. You know, that's something that I just started to think about. You know, somebody in my position playing inside linebacker who basically have to be like the leader of the defense, have to be the quarterback of the defense. You know, in my 14 years of playing, I probably played with 5, maybe, defensive coordinators. And then in each defense, you know, I adapted to it, and I made it, you know, what's good for me. I prevailed in each one. You know, so you know, just adapting, taking what I learned from, you know, those defenses and putting it into my game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the game don't change, though. You know, the game don't change. People do the same thing, but in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So once you learn that and try to adjust to that, man, the game just slows down to you, you know. It's just fun to see all that just come together. You know what I'm saying? All the things that you learn from your rookie year all the way to now, and just, you know, put it into fruition and just watch yourself, see your product on the field and how you move and do stuff like that and how you adapt to the game the way it's played now. It's a great feeling for you personally.
What impact could Hassan Reddick have this season?
Huge impact, man. I know a lot of people wasn't happy with what guys was doing on the outside, but I know what the guys we had, I know what they was capable of. I know a lot of different things took place. The way, a lot of it was, the way teams schemed us, not letting those guys get pressures as much. But, even though we did have a lot of pressures, but we wasn't actually getting to the quarterback, getting them down, getting sacks and stuff like that. And I think he brings a added thing to that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we have great guys already, he just adding to to the fire what we already have. And his resume speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? So definitely excited to have him on board. And I think him and those guys are gel really well. Yaya, Braswell getting Nelly back, I think that's a great signing too as well. So just getting guys in this room in that room to know what it takes and know that a lot of pressure is added on to them. I think he's going to be a great fit for them.
Were you surprised, Lavonte, that Luke Kuechly didn't make the Hall this year?
I was surprised, honestly. I thought he was going to get in. I personally feel like, not being biased, but I honestly feel like, he was a first ballot guy. Man, I know he was a great football player. He's somebody who, I obviously always watched and I always tried to compete with. And I'm definitely surprised, but I know the next one he'll probably get in there. But definitely was happy to see him in there, man. And just someone who you know personally, getting those accolades and getting that recognition was great to see. But definitely was surprised that he didn't get in.
Wanted to have guys like Mike last year, and Chris, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
These are, Ring of Honor, potential Hall of Fame type players. But for this organization to keep bringing you guys back, obviously you have to produce.
Yeah. But
what does it say that guys want to finish their careers here, and they're able to extend that to you?
I think it's incredible, man. I think I don't know if it's talked about enough. You know what I'm saying? These guys being loyal to their guys. You know what I'm saying? Not all organizations aren't like that. And for those guys to be transparent with us and have that, back and forth communication about how important they feel we are to them and how much we want to be back and play for the city, I think that's incredible. And for everybody to just, get on board and get on the same page, and make things happen ASAP. That's really underrated. I don't think it's talked about enough, and that just goes to show how much they believe in the guys they bring in. So I think that is a test to from the ownership all the way down. They want their guys and they believe in their guys and they're gonna stick with us. You know what I'm saying? So and I think for the young guys to see that gives them even more motivation. You know what I'm saying? They could ask guys like me, Chris, Mike, for advice and things like that. So. When those guys see that, I think they get even more motivated. They want to play for this organization, an organization like that. And the thing it just becomes a mutual respect thing, you know what I'm saying? So the thing that I really like and respect is, when you hear about other organizations, how people, always have these situations where they not really being close with their GMs and not really having that back and forth, conversation with those guys. But it's complete opposite here. I haven't had a chance to experience it anywhere else, but
you don't see it that way.
I don't see it. I don't. You don't see it like that. And for me to it really go through and experience it, have that back and forth conversations where when you hear with different other places, it's really really great to be a part of, and it makes you want to stay.
How do you feel overall about your play last year, looking back?
Could be better, man. Could be better. Some areas that obviously, interceptions, man. I wanna get a lot of interceptions. You know what I'm saying? I want to make game-changing plays. I always tell the guys, the young guys, man, they always ask me what makes a linebacker a great linebacker. I'm like, man, we ain't really linebackers. We got to be playmakers. You got to find a way to impact the game some way somehow. Splash plays. Creating tackle for losses, getting ball disruption plays, not just, making the tackle, man, just trying to get the ball out, not just being comfortable with just knocking the ball down, get the interceptions, you know what I'm saying, all that contribute to, winning organizations, that just all around, you know what I'm saying. We didn't have a lot of interceptions this year as a defense, and I want that to change. I think we just need to be, more aggressive, have more confidence in ourselves, just be able to, just make the play. Don't be satisfied with just doing your job, go above and beyond.
As a leader, Lavonte, of the defense, is there a sense for you when the season ended that, you know, me and my guys, we didn't do our part?
Yeah.
I mean, the offense was scoring 30 points a game, and we should have done more.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we talked about that. You know, we had our, you know, obviously our private defensive meetings, and then our meetings with Coach Bowles. You know, every time we take the field, you know, we got to put the game on us. Every time in a situation where we can close out the game, we have to close out the game. We just have to be better. We had to be better defensively, and we didn't do our best to help us, you know, get over, you know, that obstacle in the wild card. And we had countless opportunities to do that, and we didn't get it done. And we know that. All the guys on defense knows that, and I feel like we're gonna be better. You know, I feel like guys are, like I said, more motivated. You know, I have close relationships with all the guys, so we talk and we just talk about things that we could get better at, and how things are going to be different. And definitely do think we could have got our team to the Super Bowl last year, but we didn't do our part, you know, defensively. But we did okay, but we didn't do what we were capable of.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. No problem.